Sin grows and spreads, just like some diseases grow and spread, infecting one person after another. Adam and Eve's one sin brought all kinds of sin into the world. It started with their own children, when their son Cain got so jealous and angry that he killed his brother Abel. Sin is the kind of disease that always gets worse. As the years passed, sin got so bad that God sent a massive flood to clean up the whole world. But God had promised Adam and Eve that one of their descendants would defeat Satan. So God saved Noah and his family from the flood by having Noah build an ark. But after the flood, it was obvious that sin had survived because Noah and his children were still doing things their way instead of God's way. Although the flood wiped out a world of evil, it could not stop sin from growing and spreading once again. The flood didn't destroy sin because sin lived inside the hearts of Noah and his family. Sin is inside us, too. God's plan was to clean people from the inside. It took many centuries for his plan to work out. In the meantime, God promised to never again destroy the world with water, and marked his promise with a rainbow. From the day Adam and Eve gave in to Satan's temptation and disobeyed God, sin was in charge of their lives. All of their children, including us, are just like them. We can't stop sinning even if we would want to. Just like a slave isn't free to make his or her own choices, we aren't free to follow God while sin is in charge. No one can escape sin and the death that comes with it. But God sent his Son, Jesus, to break the power of sin. Jesus wasn't a slave to sin. Instead, he loved God and others perfectly. Jesus didn't have to die for his own sins, so his death paid for the punishment we deserved. Now, for those who trust in Jesus, sin isn't in charge anymore, but sin isn't completely destroyed yet either. You've probably already noticed how hard it is to stop wanting your own way and go God's way. But one day, Jesus will return to end sin and death forever. The whole world will be free. Until that day, those who trust in Jesus are called to turn from sin and live for Jesus. When we ask for God's Spirit to live in us, we are given the power to say no to sin and yes to loving God and others. And when we fail, we know we can turn to Jesus for forgiveness and help. He was always right there beside us, forgiving and helping us.